Number 20. The size and shape of a delta can change over time. River, delta, ocean. The size and shape of this delta over time are not likely to be changed by F, the number and height of tides along the shore, G, the amount and size of sediments carried by the river and stream, H, the amount of hunting and fishing in the delta, J, the number and size of waves from the ocean that reach the shore. Number 21. Which object requires only mechanical energy to perform its main function? Hammer, thermometer, fan, iron. Number 22. Big Bend National Park is located in the part of the Chihuahuan Desert that is in southwestern Texas. The table below lists some of the types of animals that live in Big Bend and what they eat. Animals in Big Bend. Type of animal. Food sources. Ornate box turtle. Insects, dead animals, cacti. Roadrunner. Scorpions, lizards, rattlesnakes, mice. Rock squirrel. Grasses, mesquite beans, juniper berries. Turkey vulture. Decomposing animal. Western rattlesnake. Rabbits, mice, rats, birds, rock squirrels. Based on the information in the table, which of the following food chains shows one way energy flows in the Big Bend ecosystem? Juniper berries, ornate box turtles, roadrunners, rock squirrels. Grasses, rock squirrels, roadrunners. Cacti, ornate box turtles, turkey vultures. Mesquite beans, turkey vultures, roadrunners, western rattlesnakes. Number 23. Some ways to separate mixtures are listed below. Ways to separate mixtures. Number 1, boil the mixture to evaporate the water. Number 2, pass a magnet over the mixture. Number 3, pour the mixture through a paper filter. Number 4, use tweezers. A student is given a beaker containing gravel and water. Which of these ways could the student not use to separate the gravel from the water? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 24. Which of these correctly describes the relationship between plants and animals in the carbon dioxide-oxygen cycle? F. Plants produce and release the oxygen that animals need to breathe. G. Plants produce and release the carbon dioxide that animals need to breathe. H. Animals produce and release the oxygen that plants need to make their own food. J. Animals produce and release the oxygen that plants convert to carbon dioxide. Number 25. A student builds a model of a solar system that includes a sphere representing the Earth. The sphere turns in a full circle on its axis. By using a model of Earth that spins on its axis, the student can best demonstrate A. The cycle of the 4 seasons, B. The aging of a star, C. The passing of a year, D. The cycle of day and night. Number 26. One stage in the life cycle of an apple tree is the release of seeds. Life cycle of an apple tree. Which of these animal activities is most like the stage of the life cycle in which seeds are released? A snake shedding its skin, a bird laying an egg, a swarm of bees leaving a hive, a tadpole growing into an adult. Number 27. In some circuits that are used for decorating, one burned out light bulb will prevent all the other light bulbs from lighting. In other circuits, one burnt out light bulb will have no effect on the other light bulbs. In which of these circuits will the other light bulbs still light even if one bulb is burnt out? A. B, C, or D? Number 28. Which diagram models the process of compaction leading to the formation of sedimentary rock? Number 29. Which of these is a behavior that a person learns rather than inherits? A. Swallowing a sweet liquid. B. Having a pleasant dream. C. Digesting a chocolate-covered strawberry. D. Identifying the scent of a rose. Number 30. For an investigation, a teacher dropped a bolt into a container of maple syrup and asked students to remove it without touching the syrup. The students first tried to use a strong magnet to remove the bolt, but it remained on the bottom of the container. They finally poured the syrup into another container to get the bolt out. Maple syrup, bolt. Which of these best describes some of the bolt's physical properties? The bolt F, the bolt is magnetic and has the same density as the maple syrup. G, the bolt is non-magnetic and more dense than the maple syrup. H, the bolt is non-magnetic and less dense than the maple syrup. J, the bolt is magnetic and less dense than the maple syrup. Number 31. Newly hatched chicks of many types of birds, such as parrots, are covered in soft, fluffy down feathers. These feathers contain many small spaces where air gets trapped. In some animal species, such as Arctic foxes, the fur covering the animal's body consists of hollow strands of hair filled with air. The primary role of the air trapped in the down feathers and fur is most likely to A. Act as a cushion to prevent injuries from falls. B. Decrease the amount of energy needed for running or flying. C. Provide a layer of insulation to help control body temperature. D. Supply oxygen to be absorbed through the skin for transport to the lungs. Number 32. The picture shows an area of Yosemite National Park. Which statement about light is supported by this picture? F. Light travels in straight lines until it enters a different material, like water in a lake. G. Light can refract in air and in clear water. H. The water in the lake is blue because light forms an image. J. Light is reflected off the smooth surface of the lake. Number 33. Many gardeners use red worms like the ones shown in the photograph to turn vegetable and fruit scraps into topsoil for plants. The gardeners build a worm farm in a large container lined with old newspapers and filled with moist garden soil. The worms eat about half their body weight daily and produce waste that can be used as plant fertilizer. The container for a worm farm needs to have a lid, but the lid must be left partially open because worms require which of the following in order to survive? A. Oxygen. B. Sunlight. C. Carbon dioxide. D. Olive leaves. Number 34. Which of these shows a person using an alternative energy source to perform a task? F. Using a gasoline-powered mower. H. Driving a diesel truck. G. Drying laundry in the sun. J. Cooking on a gas stove. Number 35. For an investigation, a student put 100 milliliters of water at room temperature into each of 3 beakers. Then the student added a coin to beaker R, 3 grams of a powdered drink mix to beaker S, and 10 milliliters of lamp oil to beaker T. The student stirred the contents of the beakers and then left them sitting on a table for 5 minutes. Which diagram shows what the student most likely observed in each of the beakers after 5 minutes? Beaker R, beaker S, and beaker T. Number 36. The model below shows where water can be found during different stages of the water cycle. Model of water cycle. Clouds, land, ocean, evaporation, moisture in the air. Clouds, land, rivers, lakes, evaporation, moisture in the air. What should be added to the diagram to better explain the water cycle? F. Soil to trap water from runoff. G. The sun to provide energy for evaporation. H. Rocks to release thermal energy. J. Plants to provide oxygen in the atmosphere. Be sure to record your answers on your scaling drawing.